And we are here.
Hi.
Hello, hello.
Hey. We're back after 16 weeks of being on furlough from our NightSong Paranormal Uni-Tea. Everybody's got our drinks. I don't have any tea, but I got my Coke. Cheers, everybody.
Really big water.
Cheers. Yay. Ooh, you guys matching
like your cup,
cups.
Matchies.
Aw, mother and daughter. That's so cute.
Twinsies.
But yeah, it's been 16 weeks, you got. We have Buffy here. We've got Morgan. We got Vernon. I'm Barbie. It's always good to see everybody. Thanks for joining us and all that jazz. Let me see if I can show names here. Here we go. Ooh.
Wow.
There we are. Now we remember who we are when we're speaking.
Let me do this.
Oh, you don't have to do that. Don't take it off. It's okay.
I am going to take it off.
Oh.
Not like that. Not like that. Okay. Anyway, so 16 weeks ago, October 2nd was the last time we did this and got together. And all of y'all, we've had so much happen in the last 16 weeks. We're going to talk about all of that, show you guys some videos. We're going to talk about where we're going and all the fun things that we have coming up because there's a lot. I'm really proud of the growth the team has made. I know all of us have been there along the way to watch it happen. And so with that growth, we had applications open up and we have brought on Doug Holt. He's one of our new provisional members of NightSong. So Doug, if you're watching, hey brother, it's always good when you join us. Hopefully you're here. Hi, Ashley. Ashley is here with what's going on, lady? Where's all your team at? Got to get them in here too.
I'll remind her partner in crime,
Chris.
It's like,
and so anyway, we have a provisional member, and then towards the end of February, we're going to get together with another person that we want to bring on. Anyway, we're growing, and it's great. So with that, we have a lot to cover. We're just going to go ahead. We're going to jump in. We're going to get started. And with that, let's talk about Maggie Mansion charity ghost hunt that we did. We did a 2-night charity ghost hunt back in October, and let's go. Let's talk about it. Go ahead, Vernon.
Fun time.
And Morgan and Ty couldn't be at that one because Miss Violet entered the chat.
That was right before.
Was it right before?
Right aggressively pregnant.
She was aggressively pregnant. How rude. But we did 2 nights, and it was incredible. We had a lot of friends and family come. The first night was so very active. If you guys remember, that first night, it just seemed like, they were just ready to talk. And I had seen some weird things happening. We made some revelations that night. Then the next night, we had another group, sold out event. And it wasn't as active as it was Friday night. May have been because of just the energy was a little bit lower than the night before. I don't know. But all in all, it was a very successful event. And they want us to do it again sometime. What's going on, Laura? This is Vernon's better half right there. Hi. Laura is Vernon's better half. And after the talk of the, we did talk of the town after that. So it was like we were at Maggie a lot. So Buffy and I, we got together with Heather Mathis and
Jennifer Krause.
And we made them believers. Heather was already a believer, but it was Jennifer that was a little.
Jennifer was very much. They were both. Heather was somewhat of a believer. She was kind of like, yeah, maybe, but Jennifer was very much like, no, absolutely not. Spirit box is what got her.
Yeah, the spirit box is what got her. And we pulled out everything, because in the segment that we had seen, it was only maybe 5-7 minutes, and they were there for 3 hours or so. And we had activity almost the entire time. And from dowsing rods to the spirit box sessions to REM pods to flashlights to tripwire. I mean, everything was going off. The environment was ripe and ready for. But when Buffy brought out the spirit box and started talking about it, and we were like, let's try and establish who is in here. Are they intelligent? And so we were just starting. Jennifer was like, "Well, what color shirt am I wearing?" And green. And
it was immediate.
It was immediate. So if you go to the Talk of the Town News Channel 5 website, you should be able to bring it up. Just look up Maggie Mansion, Gallatin, NightSong Paranormal, and it'll pop up. We've got Leanne. What's going on, lady?
Hello.
Oh, Maggie. Yeah, Maggie she's magical. That's the only way.
She never disappoints.
Never, ever. I think the only time it was ever like not very active was that second night of that charity ghost hunt.
But even then, I think she was just tired.
Yeah,
but
she was tired.
Still,
she dealt with us
for 48 hours.
She told us to go to bed. Buffy was telling that story the other night on Ernie and Denise's podcast.
That was the first night that we were there. Our very first investigation there was the first time that we were ever told by the spirits to go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, are you tired?
With us.
Yes, go to bed.
And I've never slept so good at a location as I did there. We were all tucked in that one room upstairs, and I sure did just go to sleep just as like a baby.
It was a good time. We had really good turnout, and something that they're talking about wanting us to do again this year. But we just started. It's just 2025 now.
We are on the 457th day of January.
That's what it feels like.
It really has been. Let me tell you something. Good thing that Leanne is here, because we're going to talk about the Bell Witch Cave next. What did you think about that, Buffy?
That was awesome. I've lived not far from the Bell Witch Cave all of my life. And that was my first time there. And that was an awesome experience. And I only got to really see the cave itself while we were there for that night with us assisting with it. But that's the second room of that cave. Holy moly.
Yeah.
I really want to go sit and spend some serious time in that second room of that cave, by myself. I do. That was, I can't describe it. The feeling in there, the voices, the energy from the moving water in there that it brought. And Todd and Leanne running the place, the respect that you guys bring there. I love the way that you run the investigations, guys. There, the way that you move everything along, what you ask of everybody when they come in and move through there. I truly, truly love that. And that what you ask of everybody that comes through as far as respect for the land and how it's all conducted. That is knowing the history with the land and the family and everything, that being from this area, that's huge. And big shout out to you guys for how you conduct that, because that is, when you're close to the area, close to all of that, that's massive and that's huge. Big shout out to you guys for that.
Yeah, it was well put together, well organized. We rotated. Vernon was in the cave with you. What did you think, Vernon?
The cave, number one, beautiful. You walk in and it's just a whole nother feeling once you get inside of there. And Buffy's right. The second room in the cave that you can go into, it's like stepping through a doorway into just something going on. There's so much energy in there, and whether it be, just the sound of the water, but beyond the sound of the water, I can't think of the word. Is it a P that it starts with, that water makes like a false effect?
Pareidolia, whatever.
Pareidolia, is that the sound word for it? I think
it's interchangeable.
But you think that's what's going on, but then you listen further, and it's not. It's really voices speaking through the water and past the water. you just have to take it in, and it really is a beautiful place. But we did manage to get some equipment hits throughout the night down there, and there's nothing down there that would interfere with any of our equipment. And it was an interesting night. Got to see a lot of young people be interested in what we do and participate, and that was the fun thing too.
Yeah.
Listen to me, young people. I'm only 38.
Young people.
Oh,
Well, I made it down to the caves once, and I almost died on my way up. So I didn't get to investigate the caves. I stayed in the cabin, and it was active for all 3 sessions that we did in there. It was active, and I actually have a clip that I'll show. The group that was in there at the time, they were the students. The students were in there at the time. I can't remember what kind of class it was.
I feel like it was a psychology class.
Okay, and this was just something that came as a class for like.
It was a psychology class. They were researching the psychology behind like fear and what
anxiety and things like that.
Yeah, fear and anxiety and kind of what brings that up in these scenarios.
Yeah, and call this paranormal or not, we'll get your take on it. I'll play it now, but this was during our session in the cabin with the students.
All right, can you blow that flame out? Wait.
Let it go.
Why is it doing that?
It's suspended there. Let it go. Let it go. Light it back up.
Make that flame go up real big.
There you go.
Oh, there we go.
I'm here. Thank you.
Oh. Thank you.
All right.
Wow.
Make it nice and bright in here.
I want it to be nice and bright.
That is a pretty cool trick.
Nice and bright again.
What's going on?
Oh, it just went out and back on
Suspended in
command.
air.
It was suspended in there. The flames were like up here and nothing connecting.
So, I mean, paranormal or not, it was cool. There was oil in the lamp and,
Yeah, before it to go all the way out and then come all the way
weird.
back on, that's impressive.
It was the second time it happened. It happened in the group before us, and then it happened again. And I was like, there's just no way it's going to happen again. And it happened again, but we couldn't ever get it to happen the rest of the night. So yeah, up for whatever debate. Morgan, what'd you think about that?
That was neat. That was actually the first time I've seen that. You sent it to everyone, and I was,
Pregnant
with
I
child.
was born at that point.
Oh, she was okay.
Yeah, she was.
You were wrestling. You were wrestling having a newborn at that point.
Yeah. But that's neat. I've never seen something like that.
Yeah, I haven't either. But I was just, me and like the whole skeptical mind, and I'm just like, okay, but the fumes were there and blah blah blah, but there was no wick, and I'm like, I don't know. But then it turned off and then back on, and then made it bright, and I don't know. It was just really weird.
It coming back is where I'm like, oh, okay,
right,
Yeah,
like how it relit itself.
Yeah,
interesting. It was. But yeah, all in all, Bell Witch Cave event was amazing. We have the honor to join them again this year, which we will talk about that a little bit later. I don't think that they've released their dates yet, but be on the lookout for that at the Black Wolf Paranormal. Thank you to Todd and Leanne for everything. You guys are amazing. Next on the docket, Halloween at Harriman.
well, I said I was going to get the shirt on. Yeah.
I almost wore mine.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you
find
something. Let me tell you something. The amount of time, detail, effort that Buffy put into the gifts and the little pill bottles with all that and had them all labeled. I don't know. It's hard to beat that one. It's going to be hard to top it.
I think I went too hard with that. Now I've got to figure that out again, how to big like that again with a
Jello
girl.
shot IV or Jello shot syringes next year.
Jello shot syringes. Yes.
I like that idea.
I mean, it could happen.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. But we love Ronnie, we love Harriman, we love Old South Pittsburgh Hospital, and to be able to be one of the teams that he trusts to come in and run events, it means a lot to us. So Ronnie, if you're watching this on playback, we love you. We thank you so very much for that. But it was a great event. We had, I can't remember how many people that we had, but it was almost sold out. If I don't. I mean, it's.
I want to
October.
say it was like 15 or 16. It was a large group.
It was a large
it was
group
16, I believe.
out of 18.
Yeah.
And very interesting things that had happened in there. Some people who have never been to Harriman before, they were really overwhelmed, especially with the whole city block hallway. We had a really good friend of ours, Shelly. She was there with her boyfriend, and that was their first time, or his first time there, her second time there. And I can't say enough about Harriman. Every single time that we go, it's always active. What was something that night that you guys really took home from that?
I mean, I'll always say it. The kitchen to me, I don't understand it. How one room can be so active that was shut off for so many years, and there's just always something going on down there. Just all the equipment feedback from in there, the sounds, the noises. I think at one point we had a voice or so down there. I can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure something was talking to us down there. But yeah, even Ashley says the hide and seek on the city block hallway. The place never ceases. It's just like Maggie, never ceases to amazes you.
Yeah. It really is. And yeah, I kind of forgot about that whole kitchen area because I was sitting in one of the walk-ins, and it was like somebody was in there with me.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that. And
oh yeah,
I came out at one point and I was like, oh my God. But it was really like energized in that area. And but we kept hearing footsteps and voices coming down from the hallway.
Yeah.
And as we were telling the story of the first time we went to Harriman, and we were we were practically led to the door out of the kitchen area. And it was like they were trying to like do that again. Yeah, but
we figured out my tripwire or my tracer wire wasn't broken in that one section.
All right.
I still like that one blows my mind because every time I get out the tracer wire now, I think about that one section when we figured out later. Oh, I don't need to send it back to get it fixed.
All right.
Yeah.
Something was standing there apparently.
We got Maggie Mansion here. Is that
Hi.
Jen?
Is this Jen or Denise? Which one of you guys?
Jen or Mama D?
Running the account.
We're talking all about Maggie here tonight too. So Harriman, awesome time. I'm sure we'll go back. I don't know if we'll go back this year, but maybe again next year. But soon after that, Buffy and I took on Bardstown. The besties took on Bardstown, and the Haunted Discoveries crew was there. It was amazing to get to meet all the guys, investigate with them, get to know them a little bit better. And just all around, I mean, you would think by being on, Ghost Hunters and just being TV personalities in the paranormal, that they wouldn't be so cool as they are like normal. But we really got along really well with them. And what'd you think, Buff?
Oh, it was so much fun. Sitting around getting to just learn from all of them and experience the Jailers Inn. Also, just that place and sleeping in the jail cell, especially the one that we got to sleep in, because when everybody went to bed at night, we could still investigate the rest of the cells where we were locked off at.
Yep.
And that part was really, really, really cool. Like, because that place was active.
It was active.
So you could sleep in that jail cell, but couldn't sleep in the one at Brushy? In the hole?
Mm-mm.
No.
Well, and at the Jailer's Inn, all of the rooms in there are converted jail cells.
Ah.
But the one that we were in, they kept more like a actual jail cell. Like our door still had, like, they had closed it off, but you could still utilize it, like where they did the look through, where they could and everything. Like they showed us how you could open that.
Oh, that's neat.
And we were the only room that was past the kitchen and everything that went down to the rest of the remaining just cells. So once everybody was kind of finished for the night and shut down, once we had our room and the cells that we could go to.
Yeah.
And like the last morning before as we were kind of starting to wake up, something was whispering over by me in my bunk. And I'm like, no. This is a single. No.
Yeah.
Out.
We stayed the whole weekend and we were very comfortable in that room. There were some people there like, oh, you got we didn't even ask for that room, but we got the one room that everybody wanted to be in.
And it was like when you look at it compared to the other rooms, it was like the least luxurious of the rooms, but people were but people ended up like jealous that we got that room.
Yeah. But it's a beautiful, I forgot the owner's name. Dang it. But the hospitality there, the breakfast was incredible.
Oh, they were so great. Everything was
so good. Everybody that we met, it was a Fullamary promotions event, and we met Rachel and the whole Dallas and the whole crew. So great. And you come as strangers and you leave as friends. And there's so much history in Bardstown. Like for a small town like that, I don't know, but it was a cool place. It was very active. We all the ladies got to pile in Craig's room at one point. And we heard it. It was really weird, but nobody else was in the inn. And we heard what sounded like something dropping and being dragged outside the door.
Ooh.
And one of the ladies was standing right there by the door and opened it up really quick, and nobody was there. Like we thought for sure. Somebody dropped their backpack, drug it out. Nobody was there.
It was like a rucksack, something like that, just dropped and started dragging across the floor.
Yeah, it was incredible.
Hey, Jeff.
Is Jeff here? Jeff. Mr. Reynolds, if you're nasty. What's going on? Yeah, so on the next day, so that, we stayed 2 nights. Saturday, it's a bustling town. It's historical. Everybody was out of the inn and they were out and about, walking around the town and going to some distilleries and trying the whiskey and all that. And Buffy and I were like, well, let's go grab some lunch. But first, let's go out to where they used to hang people and execute them. And let's try to do some burst sessions. We didn't get anything in the burst sessions. But then we went into a jail cell. And I'll play the video, but I'm working on a little small documentary about it. But the Estes method that we did was incredible. So I'll show you the teaser for it now.
like that.
What we uncovered, or I have been trying to dig up files. I have reached out to Nelson County. I cannot get anything. So again, everything was a fire. Like I don't know. Like I keep thinking back to like this prisoner and Buffy during the Estes method, she just started rattling off numbers, and I keep thinking to myself that why do these numbers seem to resonate with me? And well, with my profession, I in working, in law enforcement, I was like, this has got to be some sort of like taken number, some sort of like maybe an inmate number. So I wrote them down, and I've been searching and searching, and this is why I call it the lost prisoner, because this number belongs to somebody, but we don't know who.
That's
so
sad.
It was really sad. It's really sad, thinking about it. But yeah, all in all, I would love for the team to go. So Buffy, maybe you and I can work on getting the team to go out to Bardstown and drink, sorry, not whiskey, but bourbon.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bourbon country.
Oh,
As a
Thank
non-whiskey
you.
/
Same.
bourbon drinker, I don't know the difference.
Shame.
Tennessee is whiskey. Kentucky's bourbon.
anything not
Yes.
made with the limestone water of Kentucky is considered whiskey.
Okay. Color me now educated.
Been educated.
And some people consider it only stuff in an original charred oak barrel can only be considered bourbon too, but I don't believe that because I like me some double oaked whiskey or bourbon. Excuse me.
I like me some Fireball. Does that count?
That's a beverage.
I'm
I mean,
being.
it's a beverage of choice.
It's a choice that's made.
It's a choice. It's
a
definitely
choice.
a
It's
choice.
a decision.
It's a choice of a new generation.
It's a decision.
So after Bardstown and the Nelson County Jail, we had an opportunity to sit down at Maggie Mansion with Fairy Tale Media and take them on a little ghost hunt of Maggie. I haven't seen the results of that, but hopefully it turned out great. But Maggie never disappoints. So yeah, not really much I could say on that because I haven't seen it yet, but hopefully they'll come out with it soon. Jen, if you're still around, or Denise, if you've heard anything from Chris and them at Fairy Tale, let me know. I would love to see all that. Where did Vernon go?
Vernon turned into a dog magically.
He's so cute.
Look at that.
So Buffy, let's talk about
The rest of the places that
the rest of the places, because I feel like I've been talking for 30 minutes straight.
We've been to so many places. We got to divide it between the two of us. Look at us
16 weeks.
go. I know. Well, I guess the next one in line, we go to Gaines' house in Gainesboro. We went there in November, correct? Yeah,
November.
that's what I thought, but I have also slept since then, and we've all met me. Gaines' house. Oh my gosh. I can't even. The Gaines' house also. Holy moly. From the squiggly line thing that you finally got to see, Barbie, and the EVP. Oh my gosh.
On your 360 recorder.
Yeah. And and even during solos and everything, the voices talking back during solos that, the EVPs, and here we are coming back out, finishing after solos, kind of thinking we felt like shadows were there. Or felt like something was there, but you didn't know if you were getting responses. And then lo and behold, there were responses, and I love, Barbie, you had said when you had been there before that everything was very visual. And this time it was all very, and this time it was a lot more vocal, I really, I want to get back out there again to see what else she's going to bring.
Yeah.
That was just based off of that. That was my first time there, but from that, I want to see what else. You're talking about a home with no electricity, so there's nothing there to mess with your equipment. There's nothing there that's going to trigger anything. And you're watching your equipment. You're watching your spikes and on your meters, and you're watching pressure hits all happen just as everything going off.
And that damn doll.
Mm.
Yes,
I don't even have to know what we're talking about to know we're talking about Gaines' house. Just from all the stuff you're saying.
Well, and then the hits from the baby bed, the crib that the doll was in, the intelligent hits.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I want you back in the room. Yes, you can take my picture. Yes, you can sit here. I don't have words.
Yeah.
Just the level of intelligent answers through the whole thing that just... I love houses that leave me like this. I love locations that leave me like this. Like when you start to think about it and you just can't bring yourself because it's overwhelming.
Well, now you know why I said for the longest time, I've got to get you to Gaines' house. I've got to get you to Gaines' house. Morgan, got to get you to Gaines' house.
Got to get you to Gaines' house.
Got to get you there.
Got to get you and Ty to Gaines' house.
Yes. I'd always heard about it, but to go in and experience it in person, and literally, like I said, there's nothing, no power, no anything there, and it's just, hey, come on in and let's see what's going on.
Yeah,
that squiggly thing on the stairs.
The squiggly thing
is the thing that got me the most, other than the EVP session.
The squiggly thing.
That just to see it was like,
and we all three of us, saw it.
Like, what are you doing up there? Like, go on somewhere.
And it's like, and we're one of those, like, we go through and we're like, okay, where's EMS? Where's the local law enforcement? Where's the radios? Mm-hmm. Where are they at? And so we knew there was like no EMF going in, but maybe there was some sort of like radio frequencies and stuff. Yeah. So we were monitoring all of that. So when we were getting like legit hits on the REM, it was legit hits.
Yeah, you can pinpoint in the house. It's the upstairs window on the stair landing is the only place that the radio towers will actually affect any of the equipment. You have to be right on the glass, because when I was doing my baselines, that's the only place that it triggered. Other than that, the house is just silent when it comes to any kind of power or anything.
And we got to see April and her dog. Paco, is that his name? Paco?
That dog is spoiled.
I love her dog.
The dog has like a red collar, but it lights up. So you know where he's at.
Well, there's no electricity in there. So going through at night so you don't lose them. That's the best idea. I love it.
I need that.
Yeah, but as Buffy was
electricity.
Yeah. And the dog absolutely did not like the music box at all whatsoever.
No.
It'd trigger the music box and then be like, absolutely not.
Yeah. And when we were going through, like every time I saw Paco come in, I'm like, I need to turn this way down because this music box is like really loud. When we were going through and looking at evidence, but I do have a clip of that. So we all, as Buffy said, we all did solos, because one of the claims was that those who are in the house by themselves, they tend to hear a lot more. And so we did 30-minute sessions. Is that ish? Yeah. Vernon was in there for...
started at 30, and we kind of fudged it around because we realized if we went full time, we weren't going to have a lot of time after.
True. And so Vernon, it was Vernon's time. And all of us had things happen during our solos, but I wanted to highlight Vernon a little bit, because he was getting the REM pod to go off on command, like to start and stop on command. I really lowered this down from a 5-minute video to just one clip, but it's all of pretty much the same thing of what was happening. So I'll play that for everybody now and just kind of get everybody's take on that.
What can we do to help? How can we share your story? That's why we have all this stuff in your house. Thank you. I appreciate you interacting with me. Can you step away from the box to verify that you were there? All you have to do is let go of it and step away. Thank you.
So that happened several times over the next like 5 minutes of his investigation. Like, can you start it? Ask a question or whatever, make it go off if it's true or whatever. And it would go off. And then, okay, well, can you step away? As soon as he said that, it would stop.
And there was one point that when it was going off, something else had gone off with it. And then I could have swore I heard the motion detector we had upstairs go off. But for some reason, there was something going when I went back to listen to my audio of that was 10 feet away from that motion detector. There was something running. I don't know if it was a car down the road that was just really loud. There was something so loud that I couldn't hear anything inside the house at that point when I was doing my solo. It was weird. But no, it was quite humbling to be sitting there and something be interacting like that. Because, you often go in there thinking, okay, I'm just talking to air here. Then all of a sudden, boom. Then can you stop? Boom. Can you tell me again? Boom. It was something else.
Yeah. That had never happened the other time that I was there. I mean, some places we go several times. So we, like Maggie Mansion, we know automatically what devices they like to use or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
or methods of communication. But at Gaines' house, being there a second time, first time things weren't happening on our devices. It was all visual, other visual things. Seeing the squiggly thing or shadows or whatever. This time it was all audio. So they were lighting up those devices that sounded off.
And all this corresponded with you were using a barometric app, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what it was? And anything that happened all corresponded with barometric pressure change. And the weather was fine that night, so it wasn't like anything going on weather-wise.
It was cold though, wasn't it?
It was cold. That's why you saw me with a nice cup of coffee.
Then after Gaines, beginning of December, Barbie and I took off to Old South Pittsburgh Hospital for their final public event of the year. And that one was one for the books. Also, Barbie over here, I wish we had our hands on the picture. We need to get in touch with Miss Rhonda and see if we can get that one. Barbie had a very, very, very cool encounter with the Shadow Man.
Third floor, baby.
Third floor. I wish we had the copies of the pictures. We need to get those. There are pictures of Barbie walking down the hall. She all of a sudden talks about this mist surrounding her. There are series of pictures on Rhonda's phone. Rhonda is taking them in succession. And you go from being able to see Barbie to a very tall human figure completely covering her. You cannot see her, and you can see the tall Shadow Man, his figure.
You can see him like over
and
me.
You cannot see Barbie.
There's no doubt about it. That third floor is something else. That whole hospital is something else.
That was the first time I ever had anything happen on the third floor for me.
I still owe you a solo on the third floor.
Well, and here's the thing. And Barbie, you were down and around the corner third floor. I was in the stairwell where he had been hiding, where we kept I was down there. Travis was down there. The mist came up the stairwell, up the stairs. It was kind of lingering between second and third floor. I couldn't see the corner of the railing anymore. I'm standing 1.5 feet from the railing. I couldn't see it anymore. And what we didn't realize, it started coming up around me. I couldn't move anymore. And after a little bit, it's hard to explain, but all of a sudden, everything got weird. I don't know how else to say it. Weird. And Travis was out there. Someone else stepped out there. And I froze. And thank you, Heather. Thank you, Heather. I was going to I keep meaning to message her and ask her if she can send it over. And my ADHD brain and all of our ADHD brains keep forgetting to ask her.
Us forgetting?
Nah, never.
Womp.
What you mean? What you mean?
As the mist kind of left, all of a sudden Travis looked up and goes, I just realized I haven't been able to see you. And he wasn't 3 feet from me. So I have no idea.
And there's no question to that.
That night. And Jim down in his space.
Of course, we were playing music for him, dancing,
utterly precious
singing.
That night.
I love when we interact with Jim. I mean, it's almost like he knows who we are now. Like we'll go in there. What's going on, bud? Jim, you want to listen to some music? First song we put on is Don't It Make My Brown Eyes Blue by Crystal Gale. Loved her. And
what else? What else, Barbie? What was it? I know I'm missing something.
Was crazy too.
Yes.
That
kitchen got creepy.
Kitchen was very creepy. And of course, sitting there in the dark. It's stupid. But yeah, and then you just you hear all kinds of stuff and you're feeling all kinds of stuff. And the ER is always a really crazy place to go. That's where we caught those footsteps a few months back. But yeah, Jim was probably the highlight, Buffy, I would say, of that.
Oh, he was precious. He was in rare form that night. That was a fun one with him.
And it was a small group of us. I mean, we had how many people was there? Maybe 10?
By that point, it had dwindled down. Yeah, by that point, because it was starting to get later and way colder in the building. So it had dwindled down.
Oh, it was so cold.
It was so cold. You think Gaines' house was cold? It was colder.
Yeah, but we love that place. Another one of our favorite haunts that we like to go to.
And then late December, mid-late December, we went to with K2 Paranormal with Kelly Schaefer and her crew, Barbie and I. I'm not going to make it through this one. We got to go to Octagon Hall and investigate with Kelly and her team.
Yep.
One of everybody's favorites. By far, before I get to the rest of this, by far one of the funniest moments in any investigation that I will ever have in my life. Barbie probably can say the same because we've never had the spirits tell us when our pizza delivery was there until that night. And the spirits told us our pizza delivery was there.
And then said we'd have stomach issues, which we did.
Yeah. But at the same time, wait a minute, I'm trying to find it because I wasn't ready. Dang it. Where's it at? I'm not going to be able to pull it up quick enough. I'm trying to find the picture. Barbie, if you can find it fast.
Oh, yeah, I can. I'll get you. So this is a picture. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Let me present a screen. But we were able to take a picture. Let's see here. Oh, it's not going to allow me to do it, I don't think.
Okay.
Yeah. You might have to pull it up on your phone, but we got a picture with Bear.
And that
And,
was the only time Barbie was talking about of all the times that we've been to Octagon, all the times that all the times I've gone up there to just back porch sit and hang out. And, you know, when you live 15 minutes from there and you just ride up there and when you get the notion to.
Yeah, he was one of those
And-
guys that I could have sat there for hours and listened to that man talk.
Would this be it?
And
Yep.
And for, you know, anybody that doesn't know, we just lost him.
Yeah, we did.
You know, there's it's not just the paranormal world that lost a great man, but the world, period. Lost a very special person. Beth, Twana, all of his crew. I still think of you guys every day. There's not a day yet that I haven't at some point stopped and just been like, damn.
Yeah, it's
I
hard.
love you guys. I love the hall. I love you guys. You guys, all of it. And I don't have words. I still don't have words. And I know when I hugged y'all last week, I told y'all I still don't have the words. I do want to say there is still there's still a GoFundMe up for expenses. You can go to Octagon Hall's Facebook page and find it if you feel led to contribute. Bear was the type of man that would give you any form of help he could give you, and he could be hurting and you'd never know it. But he'd move heaven, earth. He'd go to hell and back for everybody. And you'd never know what he was going through. And this one was a big, hard loss, guys.
Yeah.
So,
the hall's just not going to be the same without him.
No, it will not. Of course, I'm sure he's still
He's he'll be around. He'll be around.
He and Billy are still hanging around that hall.
But yeah, our hearts, prayers, everything out to Bear's family, his teammates, colleagues, Franklin, Kentucky, Simpson County, whole historical society, everybody whose lives he's touched, and he's touched many. We're all pretty much in mourning right now. Still, for a while. This one stings.
This one hurts bad.
It hurts. But he'd want us to celebrate his life, and we are. We're definitely celebrating his life and
Continue to do what we do the right way. And
the right way.
Do it for the right reasons.
Yep.
And it's all part of it.
As a Bear.
Hey, Vernon, would you mind talking about Ghouls Night In for me?
Yeah, absolutely. So just recently, this past weekend, actually, we had Ghouls Night In at Maggie Mansion. Wonderful dinner, guest event, all kinds of wonderful things. Look at those photos that we have there. We had several guests. I know Ashley and Laura were there. Had a few other people as well. Drinks. It was a laid back event. And this is one of those events that if you get to go to one, I suggest going to one, because, you know, a lot of paranormal investigations are real formal, real, you know, we got this, and this to do. This is one of those laid back, informal, let's go have a time. But this one was special to us, and I don't know how far we want to go into it, but I'll kick it off with, I'll be selfish with kicking off my group that I started with, which was Barbie's parents, Laura and Ashley, during our dowsing rod session that we do in the front room that I do, and because we have stations set up. And Barbie's parents threw the dowsing rods, both of them, had contact with some of Barbie's relatives. And when our session was done, we closed out, and I made sure to make sure everyone knew, do not repeat what happened in this room. I didn't want any talk of it, because the best way to validate things like that is that nobody knows the results of another part of an investigation. So that's where I will then turn it over to Barbie about what happened in your Estes method session.
So then Vernon's group comes to where I was back in the music room, that area of the house, and we start using dowsing rods. And going about it like we normally do. About 10, 15 minutes goes by, and at this point, somebody else has the dowsing rods, pass it off to other people. And they ask, is there somebody here? Because we weren't, it wasn't Maggie, it wasn't Frank, it wasn't anybody associated with the house. And they're like, well, I mean, who do you want to talk to? And point the rods to who you want to speak with. And they both went over to me. And I thought to myself, okay, it's probably my grandpa, because he's come through a few other times. And so I was like, oh, I know who this is. So I said, is this grandpa? And no, it's not grandpa. And I'm like, Cody? It was Cody. And I'm like, and then everybody like gasps for air.
And you could hear it across the house. Like I was like 2 rooms down, and you could hear the reaction.
Yeah. Like they're all gasping. And I'm like, and Ashley's like over here having like a meltdown. And I'm like, what is happening? Like, what is happening? And so they told me what had happened in Vernon's session, but that they were told not to tell, and which was the right move. And I said, oh, wow. Okay. So this is correlating. But one thing about my cousin Cody, he died when he was young. He was 19 years old. And he died on accident. It was by his own hand, but it was by accident. Anyway, so he's come through in other sessions before, and psychics have come to the family and said, yeah, he'll mess with electronics or whatever. Earlier in the night when we were setting up our walkie-talkies, which I've had these for 4 years now, not one time have they ever messed up. And I have them on lock. So that way, if they're in our pockets or wherever we're keeping them, we can't start changing channels on accident. It started changing channels on its own. I wear it like this on my shirt. I just kind of tuck it in, but the buttons are on the outside, and it was just going crazy. It was going, and then the channels were changing. And I'm like, but it's locked. I don't know why. I've had this thing on for an hour now. What is happening? Anyway. So he was letting me know earlier in the night, hey, I'm around. So when the dowsing rod session continued, and I knew that I was talking to Cody, I wanted to know what was wrong. Is something wrong? Yes, something's wrong. And really at the end of it, he just wanted my mom, his aunt, to check on her brother, who is Cody's dad. My mom called my Uncle Danny the next day. It's her little brother, Cody's dad, and said, hey, Danny, I've been thinking about you a while. Or is everything okay? You all right? And he goes, it's weird that you're calling. Because he had a medical emergency that night when Cody came through the night before. He was having a medical emergency. So Cody was just coming through to have Aunt Debbie check on his dad. So, incredible things. So yes, our family is still around, and they're watching us, and they are making sure that we're checking in on other loved ones. So thanks, Code. Your dad's fine. He's fine.
And then on top of that, Miss Buffy kept herself busy on the upstairs level with some different things going on.
I guess I'm still guessing. I need to go back through and listen. I want to see if anything came through on recorders, because I don't know if anybody realized I spent a solid hour and a half up there by myself, running back and forth, because everything that I kind of figured out on that second half of the night was it's, as far as I can tell, it was a kid, a little boy, who was thoroughly thrilled with playing with the flashlights back and forth between the two mantles. And whoever it was having a blast with those. I mean, that was hilarious. And the recordings are going to be great because I was picking on them right back, because anybody who's ever seen me try to do the whole mag light thing, I'm terrible at getting the flashlights to work. And what I figured out with one of them at one point in time, I'm sitting there, I'm upstairs alone, and I'm trying to get one of them turned on just right to work. And, you get it to where it's almost like you barely get it to turn on, and you start to get it to turn off. And I laid it on the mantle, and it's all the way on. And I'm like, dang it, I almost had it. And I'd turn it a little and turn off, then I'd let go and it would turn all the way on. And I'm like, oh, almost had it. And I got my hands almost to it to fix it, and it turns all the way off. And I'm like, you're messing with me, aren't you? And it turns on. And I'm like, so turn it back off if you're messing with me. And then turn it off. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to go across here to this other mantle directly across the hall. Would you please not do that over here? Because you saw how hard of a time I'm having in here. Can I just do it? Then you can play all you want. And I am not kidding. For hours, they played with my flashlights.
Yeah.
The beginning of the night, there was a huge session that validated some things from a prior investigation, from some emotional things from a prior investigation. It's a part of the thing. I don't want to go fully into the detail in it yet. That's some things I want to save. Kind of look into potentially validating the story, see what we can look into on it. And then at the very end of the night, we had an interesting dowsing rod session downstairs in the parlor room that we believe was with one of the homeowners prior to the home being a duplex, which Denise, you had a comment on the Maggie page yesterday that might track with some of this that I really want to talk to you about from the family. So I really, really, really want to dig into that, because it falls in line with, we were getting answers to who was opening and closing the bathroom door on you guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it was Laura, Ashley, and myself in there with the dowsing rods. Yeah. And he was saying it was him opening the door. He absolutely would not open the door all the way for me. He made it very clear he was not going to do
really?
that.
That thing swung open on me at one point.
He got it open most of the way, and I asked him if he would open it all the way. He was like, no. Yeah, the Garretts. But I need to ask, no, but this is further down the line in the Garrett family. This was the time frame after the 1970s, that right before it became a duplex. Yeah, I need to I'll have to talk to you offline on that one, because that one we got some kind of direct answers on that. But I'll talk to you. Denise, I'll holler at you offline on that one. But yeah, that one, and we were having to wrap up. So that one, I kept telling him, I feel kind of like a jerk because I don't know your direct name and all of that. I hope you can forgive me. And when I said that, then the rods immediately crossed, like, yes, I forgive you. And I'm like, oh, thank you. And yeah. So it's now like this mission to get there with him.
I think we could rig up that whole front room with everything we have and walk away with so much. That room is never dull.
Oh, I know. So that one got good.
Yeah. Like the music room, like I keep getting pulled to that. Well, probably because, music, but I don't know. Like when that filming crew was there, we had such a great session to where Jen had, somebody that Jen knew came through, and that was very emotional. And then we had a family member of mine come through, And then I just think every room. Hi, Ty. There's Ty.
Hey, Ty.
Up
Oh.
and baby Vi. Oh, sweet girl.
He Lion Kinged
It's required at any point.
That's what it does.
But yeah, Maggie Mansion. She's magical. But speaking about those dinner parties, it was great. It was magical. They are doing private dinners. So your friends can get in contact with Jen, and she will give you choices for food, libations, lots of fun, and you get a ghost hunt. So it's a night full of fun, fellowship, friendship, ghost hunting, good food, everything, and it's a great, all in a beautiful mansion. So get with Jen, Saving Maggie Mansion in the comments. Just message the page or get with Jen, and she'll get you set up. And yours truly, right here, NightSong Paranormal, baby, will be there with you. So have a good time with us.
All right. So I guess to wrap us up with the where we've been, we had our two lovely ladies at the top, our two lead investigators, on a podcast. This was actually yesterday, was it not? 2 days ago.
It
When was
was Sunday night.
Sunday. I'm sorry. I've been in the bed the last 2 days. I don't know when.
I'd forgotten that was part of that where we've been. Oh my.
Yeah.
I had my brain went out the back door a little while ago.
I've got you. So if you ladies want to talk about your podcast with Ernie and Denise.
We love them. I adore them.
Oh my
They're
gosh.
so fun to be
They're so
around.
great.
You know, like they don't take themselves seriously. We don't take ourselves seriously. There was a lot of laughs. We talked about you getting diddled at the Ditto House, and how we're going to be going back. We'll talk about that here in just a second. But yeah, great laughs. It was an hour-long podcast, and it seemed like it only lasted 10 minutes. I don't know about you, Buffy, but I was like,
oh my gosh, that was so much fun. Yeah, that one went so fast. Morgan, you were talked about a little bit on there too.
No.
Yep.
It was, well, we were talking about that huge thud, and you
were snapping in the bed.
No idea that
Finally get to go to
basically,
Ditto House and I
decided-
get the worst migraine of my life.
Well, that lady's bedroom apparently is like a bubble, because I had that thing happen in that bedroom earlier in the night, and nobody could hear me yelling from that room.
Yep.
And you were in that bedroom sleeping when that thud happened, and you never heard it. I have decided that room is like a bubble.
I don't know how you didn't feel it. Like, even it would have woke me
The
up out of
house
a dead sleep.
shook.
Like, it was movement.
Migraines.
Yeah, you weren't feeling well.
That migraine lasted like 3 days. I ended up like going to the doctor about it.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah. But yeah, if y'all want to just go over to Pac-Man Paranormal, the Get Haunted Network. I think it's also on the Real Ditto House page and Fort Duffield page. You can rewatch it. But yeah,
And hear
lots of
all
fun
about
times.
getting diddled at the Ditto House.
Getting diddled. We also talked about Vernon falling asleep in locations. So that was definitely something that we talked about.
I'll
And
never
for
live
the
any of this
record-
down.
Good morning, sunshine. You fell asleep, boo. With that, we're gonna wrap. It's time to go. We need sleep. Okay.
I will never
for
live
the
any of
record-
this. I'll never live any of it down.
No.
Any
For
of it.
the record, you brought it up on Pac-Man's their podcast.
You did.
You brought it up in the comments. We didn't even
Doesn't
bring
mean we have
that
to
one up
watch it.
that time.
Hey, Vernon, I hate to break it to you, boo, but this will always be in queue, ready to go at any moment.
The swiftness on how quickly it was played. Dude, it's like
Oh,
a sound
Barbie's
bite.
always
I know
got it
how she
ready.
does it because there's video tabs that she has available being the
Yeah.
host that you can easily just go bam And damn it.
I'll do it again.
And Helen will never
If
not
Barbie
be
gets
there.
to make fun of me being hungover on their podcast on Sunday, we get to make fun of you falling asleep on investigation.
Yeah. But, at the Ditto house, the thing that aggravated me the most, I'm trying to get sleep, and y'all are in there giggling like hyenas at 3 or 4
As
o'clock
we
in the
always
morning.
do.
Just wouldn't stop. I kept flashing my flashlight, and they're like, "Oh, what is that?" Just go to hell to sleep.
To be
Vernon
fair,
being an old man.
we have gone through areas yelling and you have slept through it.
Yes, but then when I try to go to sleep, y'all eat cheesecake. Y'all claim, yeah. It's when I try to go to sleep, y'all just have to make the most noise.
Once he's
Molly,
I
asleep, it
swear,
doesn't matter.
Molly, can you find any sympathy for Vernon?
none.
No,
That's
none
all.
found.
I have sympathy for you, Vernon. It's
Thank
okay.
you, thank you.
Oh,
I
Ty.
didn't realize Molly was back
It's a
there.
man code over here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let a man sleep.
Oh, he
Oh,
was.
Been asleep at this
He
point.
did.
He had had his nap.
Well, now that that's discussed, Morgan.
I don't realize we're an hour and
where-
10 minutes into this and we haven't even gotten to where we're going.
I
Yeah.
know.
Morgan, where are we going?
Well, we've got Dr. Martin Walton House coming up in March,
Yep.
which I'm excited because I missed that last one.
Yeah. We've talked about this before. The first time we went there, I wasn't feeling good. Buffy was tired. Vernon was tired.
Go figure.
Yeah, we all kind of missed that last one.
Yeah, we all just fell really short that night. And we were supposed to stay the night, but I had to go home. I wasn't feeling well. And so Heather was so gracious and is allowing us to come back and redo it. And we're going to give her the attention that she deserves.
The
So,
full experience. I understand some
full
people are going to be
NightSong
alone in
Paranormal
the
treatment.
basement.
oh,
You know,
yeah, solo for Vernon in the basement, boo.
Birthday gift.
Woo,
Rock and
happy
roll.
birthday.
It's
to
a gift that keeps on giving, Clark.
and I said that, and I think that's one that I can't make because of the weekday.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'll get there eventually.
You will.
If that basement is half as active as it claims to be, I'm going to be screaming like a little girl. That's all there's to
We'll
it.
have more clips.
Y'all better
Yes.
get video of that for us.
Yeah.
That'll be beautiful.
We will for sure.
And then in April, we've got our invitational event at Old South Pittsburgh.
Ugh.
I am
I'm so excited.
so excited to drag this one out there.
So excited.
You are so going to love it, Ty.
I'm excited.
Yo,
for you.
Ty, you're in for a treat.
As everybody says.
And like I mentioned earlier, I still owe you a solo upstairs with the Shadow Man from 2 years ago.
After the encounters with the Shadow Man, I am not nearly as afraid of the Shadow Man at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
I actually would 100% go do that. Heather, I'll shoot you.
we'll shoot
message
you the date. We were hoping you would you and Jeff would be our guides. Our volunteers. But yeah, we'll shoot you the date. I think we're up to 14 or 15 people now.
We've got a crew going.
Yeah, we got a nice little crew going. And
But for
you know,
that
we
place,
try
it's
to
still
switch-
not a lot.
right. It's still not, we try to switch it up and bring different people every year. Give everybody a chance to come out and investigate with us and experience the beast that is the old Pittsburgh hospital there in South Pittsburgh. It's awesome.
Yeah, that one's going to be really fun. And then after that, we are set up for Ditto House and Fort Duffield. Get to go see Ernie and Denise.
Oh, good old Ernie and Denise. And I was talking about this again. Go over and watch that podcast from Sunday. But this will be my first time. I think it's Buffy's first time too. We're gonna go squatching at Burn. I mean, have y'all ever been squatching before?
I've never been. Never been.
That sounds fantastic.
I lived in the land of Squatch and didn't go squatching, but I did go camping, and there were Squatch-like things.
Hey, can you take off that whole weekend instead of just the one day?
I took off 2.
Ooh,
Yeah.
the whole weekend?
Yeah.
I was gonna say because we were originally only gonna come up for Ditto House the first night, and then drive back for him to go to work.
No, I took the whole weekend off.
Yay!
Good man.
Oh.
Good man. Good
Yeah.
man.
That yeah, we're gonna have a time. We're gonna have a time. That's gonna be fun.
I'm excited to go squatching.
Yeah.
Yeah, I again, like I try, to be open-minded about it, about squatches, but and Ernie and Denise, they could say the sky's purple and I'll believe them. So, but when they actually believe in something, I mean, they come with receipts. So,
and much to the Ditto House's joy, Todd and Leanne will be there too.
yes.
Yes.
The house is going to be very happy.
I
about
actually
that.
went back and forth a little bit with Leanne because I was on Rob and Sarah were live today, and Leanne and I were both talking on the comments on it today a little.
Aw, that's going to be
If I
fun.
live this close to Todd and Leanne and I meet them for the first time that far away, I'm gonna be so upset.
Everybody, this is Piper.
All
Hey,
kinds of
Piper.
celebrity guests tonight.
I love Piper's ears.
And then so after that one, we've got the Night House scheduled.
Oh, yeah, that's Eric Sims' property out in Hopkinsville, Kentucky.
Thought it was Hopkinsville. Okay.
Yeah.
Finally, one close to Vernon.
It's a close one for Vernon. We have got one for Vernon.
Well, Franklin, Octagon Hall is really not that far, but Hopkinsville is a lot closer.
Yeah. This will be a first time at this location for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
We've never been, and it's a huge property. I think Eric said
6 floors.
6 floors. Yeah.
6 floors.
Yep. And it's all the sleeping arrangements are there. And Eric, he is fantastic paranormal investigator. So he pulls out like everything for the investigators, Wi-Fi, going live, fresh sheets, towels, drinks. Like he's making sure that everybody's taken care of. Being, he just knows what all is needed or appreciated, but never expected. And he just a really good hospitality. I can't wait to go and meet him in person and investigate the house. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Also super excited. We are scheduled again for Bell Witch.
Yep. Yep. I think all 5 of us are going to be there, right?
That's the goal.
Yep. Planning on getting my cardio going again for going up and down that damn hill. But
Yeah.
I'm running up the hill.
I will not be.
Like
After what that did to my knees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might go once. I'll rotate elsewhere.
Yeah, I might go one time and rotate. I'm telling you, I almost died that day.
I'm
died.
gonna get punched for this one, but send us youngins out there. We'll go up and down the hill for you.
But
please.
I volunteer as tribute.
The elderly can't make
We've
it
got
up
it
the
on
hill.
recording.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll drag you up in wagons. It's fine.
Yeah, no, I'm super excited because I really wanted to do that one last year and I was freshly unpregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that would have been a little difficult. Yeah.
We go from coffee and fireplaces to mosquitoes and DEET.
My
I
favorite.
went in at Bill Witch. What do I got to carry?
Jen, you would really enjoy. Yeah, and that was my first time. We already talked about it a little earlier in the broadcast, but yeah, I'm excited to go back. And Todd and Leanne, Black Wolf Paranormal, always do a great job, and yeah, it's gonna be great.
That'll be a good one. And then in September, I think all of y'all are planning on heading up to Gettysburg.
She's not carrying burn. Sorry, Morgan. Sorry.
I would honestly like to see that, but I would not crush that.
I think
poor
Jen.
lady.
I think Jen could. I think she could.
She's a strong lady, but I
She's
would
a strong
not wanna
lady.
hurt her.
I'm so sorry, Morgan.
No, it's okay. That was great. Yeah, all of y'all are slotted to go up to the Gettysburg.
Yeah, we're scheduled. We're scheduled to go. But that all just depends on, it's September, so We're only in January. We'll see how the finances are doing because that's an expensive trip.
That
Yeah,
is an
that's
expensive
involved.
trip.
If I had to.
Okay, I take her up on that. Sure.
But that's the thing too, like, because September is right before, Halloween season starts kicking in there, and we are going to be one busy team in October.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, October always hurts.
September might be cool to maybe just kind of take a little breather.
That's fair.
September is my Christmas at work, so it's,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. Release season
it's
for the
Apple
phones.
season.
Mhm.
Release the
Apple
Kraken.
It's apple picking season.
Yeah.
Well, and then we got to
Oh.
get something figured out for August.
We do
Well,
because we have birthdays in August.
But Morgan and I floated some ideas together today that we're thinking of.
You kicking the can around, huh?
Yeah, we are. We've got some
Oh,
ideas.
good. Yeah. Of the babies.
All right.
She finally got the crud that we all had last week.
Oh, gosh.
No.
Yeah. She's having a great time.
Bless her heart.
So,
Yeah, that's all on
with
our-
our schedule, that kind of brings us up to our final part of the show where we talk questions for everybody. And I'm going to pass around some questions to our lovely panel. The first one is going to be, are there any locations that you refuse to investigate, and why is that? We will start with, of course, Barbie.
Locations that I will refuse to investigate. Volcanoes.
Things that will kill me.
If you can pull that off, I'd
Bear
be impressed.
dens.
The outside of an airplane while in flight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anywhere that's just,
My life is in
certain death.
danger. Yeah. No,
And even
I can't think.
Uncertain's fine.
Oh, yeah. Like I don't want to go into lions dens and bear cubs and, no, I mean, I'll try anything that doesn't have mayonnaise on it. So I guess that I'll try anything that doesn't, require me to go in and almost get killed. So yeah.
To hell
I
with
mean-
mayonnaise right now. But
But
yeah, if our audience has any questions as well,
if it doesn't have mayonnaise on it.
if our audience has questions as well, feel free to
Yeah,
post them up
definitely,
in the
and
chat for us.
And answer questions too if you
Yeah.
want. Yeah, but that's
Buffy?
my answer.
Buffy, anywhere you wouldn't go? No? Okay. Kai, Morgan.
I would have said no because I'm too stupid to be afraid of things. But the crawl space at Maggie Mansion, I was like, I'm gonna get in there. I love crawl spaces. I'm a plumber. This is my domain. I opened the door, and there were kill you spiders, and I went, I'm not gonna do that. So that
Kill
that-
you
spiders. Kill you spiders. That's the first time I've ever been like, I'm not gonna do that. So
That's the first time I've ever seen him not go in a crawl space.
yeah, it is the
That's-
first crawl space I've ever not gone in. So
I know I've seen Ty do a lot of stupid things. I love you, Ty.
yeah, no,
I've
it's,
seen him
it's,
do a lot
it's,
of dumb things.
it's
That
part
was
of the
that
character,
was one of the first nopes I've seen
Yeah.
him do.
Are you
So,
talking?
yeah,
She
Are you,
said, "Oh, stop! We sprayed."
are you talking upstairs or
You
downstairs?
sprayed, but you didn't spray the door. It was
He's
just
just
the
being a
door.
big baby. It's been since Ty. It's been since you were there that they.
Okay, cool, groovy. So then
Yeah, because he only went the first
yeah,
time.
I only went the
we
first
all-
time.
like,
when
that's
we
the
go
first time
back,
we
now I
went.
have to get up in there.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
I was about to
actually-
You
say,
have to.
You're
I would like to go. I would like to go
Charge
down
double.
in the basement too.
Yeah.
It's,
I know,
it's
yeah,
quite a
but-
feeling down there.
Out of all of us, Vernon's the only one that's been down there at this point.
Okay, well
The
now,
rest
now
of
I
us
have to do it just to show it Vernon. So
well,
She
you know,
said we
they-
sprayed
they-
since. Yeah,
good, outstanding. I would love to go down there.
yeah. The last time Ty was there, Jen. When were you there last?
Ty was
It
only
was
there
our
the
first
very
time.
first
The
night
very
we
first
went.
time. When was that? August.
She.
I was.
We didn't have a baby yet. so
Yeah, there was
I
no
think
baby.
it was our last hunt that we did.
Yeah,
It
Jen,
was.
Jen
That was
opened the
our
door
last
and she just goes flying down in there with his broom. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, she said she's.
She
Jen is not afraid of
and
it.
it's not
I'll
an
get
easy
in a
hole
broom
to
to
get
go
in and
out.
out of down
Yeah.
there, and she's
Put it
just
in a
down
spider
there.
strip.
Which he said,
And I think she was in heels, like maybe
That wouldn't
platforms,
surprise me.
But she was. It was not normal shoes, and she was down there squatting, getting everything. I was like, wow.
Yeah, when Jen's in beast mode, just watch out because
What a
she
magical
just,
lady. I love her.
I just move.
I get out of Jed's way.
I just sat there and watched the whole thing happen.
Mm.
But
We are.
Ashley has a question for us: as what has been your favorite place that you've been or favorite experience?
Hmm.
Yeah, she was in a
that's a
dress
tough
too.
one.
Yeah.
She was in a dress. She was.
But yes, favorite place that we've experienced or investigated.
That's
Harriman,
a hard one for me.
Yeah.
Harriman will hold a special place in my heart until I die.
And you almost did that night.
I almost did. Yeah, I was very clearly warned, like, hey, bro, there's like stairs that aren't lit. You should know there's stairs here. But I was so busy chasing what I saw that I didn't pay attention to the fact that there were stairs until I was halfway down the stairs.
I've never seen anybody walk on air like I did
Involuntarily.
that
Yeah,
night.
just-
No, he was
It
involuntarily
was,
halfway down
yeah.
the stairs.
It was the most Looney Tunes thing I've ever done, and that's
It's like a
saying
cartoon.
something. Yeah, no, Harriman is an amazing place. For
Yeah.
the longest time, I thought like this whole thing was a lot like there was no legitimacy to it. I thought it was just people making things up, and then I saw it, and I was like, "Oh no, this is legitimate. This is like a thing." So yeah, Harriman changed your boy's life.
Buffy?
Yeah.
Favorite place
Yeah.
or experience? That's oof. Oh.
I can't pick a favorite place. I love so many places that we've been.
I can't. Oh. There's like experiences. Even you got to. It's almost by rank. Favorite funny experience. Telling us our pizza's there at Octagon. Favorite emotional experience. The first time that my dad came through. Like there's different things like that. I mean, there's so many experiences. Like you almost have to rank them based on what happened. Like, because it's hard to.
I agree.
Like
Like,
you
what's the favorite thing that a haunted hospital? What's the favorite thing that you've in a mansion? What's the favorite thing that you've done at a jail? Caught.
Yeah.
like we were at Maggie Mansion the day that we filmed with Talk of the Town. That was the day
the dog
Morgan and Ty had Violet. And just after I get the text that she was there, our equipment went crazy. And I was sitting there talking about my dad, and the equipment wouldn't stop. Heather said, Jeff said, oh yeah, he remembers Ty now.
Jeff.
So, there's just so many random, like picking a favorite place, experience. Oof.
Yeah. I think every place holds something special for each of us and an experience that we've had. Yeah.
I'll piggyback what you just said there. There's only one place that held something special for me.
And that was the Ditto House.
The Ditto House.
She held something special too, Vernon.
But no, I like
Yeah,
anywhere.
it was special.
Everywhere we've been has been great for me. Every new place is a new best experience for me. So love everywhere we go. But we will wrap up with one final question here. Kind of go the opposite direction. Is there anything at ease that you're at ease with now during investigations that initially made you uncomfortable?
I'm a lot better with solos now.
Okay.
Same.
That's where I was going to go with it. Solos.
Yeah, solos made me super nervous at first. I was always like, first one I went on was Old South Pittsburgh, and I was like, I'll do the solo upstairs, and then I was up all night the night before with a tornado, but
Yeah, we were all up the night before because of tornadoes.
it decided to tornado before we could do that. But even then, like, I'll be the first one to be like, yeah, I'll do it, but I'm scared. I'm not as scared of it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's still definitely one of those where it's like, it could be like a lot, but
yeah. Yeah, solos for sure for me. It's not that you become desensitized or anything. I mean, you just better at holding your cool, keeping your cool.
Your
Yeah, but
compartmentalization
a little more
skills get better.
expectant. It becomes a little more expectant that, okay, I'm here by myself. More than likely, something's gonna. I have no better way to say it. Something's gonna scare the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just the difference of, am I going to let it actually scare me, or am I going to like threaten to headbutt a ghost?
Mm-hmm.
Come fight me in the dark.
Come fight me in the dark.
I guess
What about you, Vernon?
I guess I don't have an answer for this one because my very first investigation I went on at the ripe young age of 18 was Waverly Hills. And once you get that out of your system, you
ain't scared of nothing.
You don't really have a fear of much anything else while you're out there.
Yeah.
But I guess being more at ease with and I guess it's more of being more at ease and understanding what we find is something that has come more easily over time. Being uncomfortable with asking questions to something you don't know anything about, don't know who might answer, but getting those answers is something that's become easier to me, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like being able to accept what we get and then try to turn around and find out what really, happened.
Yeah. Yep.
But that is it for our questions. We're going to wrap up there because we are late.
We are about 15 minutes over, but then again, we were talking about the last 16 weeks.
That's what we get for going to
cover.
Yeah.
So yeah, we usually end broadcast at 8:15 Central, but we're a little over. But if y'all don't have anything else to add, anything else, any last departing words before we turn the lights dark for the night?
No, we just thank everybody for being here.
Yeah.
You could be doing other things, but you're hanging out with us. So
that means a lot. It does. And so with that, everybody, we are going to go ahead and close out the night. Thank you so very much for following us, supporting us, and encouraging us to keep going. We love every one of y'all. Thanks from the bottom of our hearts. And 2025 is going to be an incredible year. It's going to be incredible. So we've got a lot more to show you guys, a lot more coming up. So definitely, stick around. And with that, we'll say sayonara. Sleep tight. Don't eat mayonnaise.
Don't eat mayonnaise.
Don't eat mayonnaise.
Don't eat mayonnaise.
Don't eat the yellow snow.
Don't eat yellow snow.
Coleslaw's bad.
Or coleslaw. Don't
There's
do that.
mayonnaise in
Yeah,
coleslaw.
life
Jesus
lessons from
God.
Vernon. Don't eat the coleslaw.
Don't eat the coleslaw.
Don't eat the coleslaw. Yeah. With that. Tips from NightSong Paranormal. Good night, everybody. Sleep tight. We appreciate you.
Later.